was just finally feeling like things were getting back into, settling down into normality. And then in March 2018, I was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer.
So I got diagnosed in May 2019. So I was 35.
Our lives, that was normal life for us. Everything was great. And then I found a lump under my right nipple. It was Christmas Eve 2015 that I went in to be told it was cancer.
And then they told me that they found a lump. They didn't know if it was cancer or not, but they found a lump and they wanted to study more to see. And it's not something that you take in straight away. Once they told me that I had breast cancer, whatever she told me after that, I cannot remember at all. I cannot remember. I just remember crying.
I was just coming out of a period of quite a number of challenges and was looking forward to 2020 to really get going with the next chapter of my life. It was just before Christmas that I discovered that there was something wrong, and I visited the hospital, was referred to the breast clinic. I was diagnosed with a localised breast cancer, but still a cancer.
Then you have to tell the kids, and the first thought they had was, are you gonna die, Mom? I said, no, I'm not gonna die, I'm still alive. To be honest, psychologically, I think I can't talk about it without feeling the need to cry, or my voice changes.
We saw that the cancer was actually in my lungs. It takes you a couple of months to it took me a couple of months to process that, I had now had secondary cancer and, they couldn't cure me anymore. It's knowing that one day you're going to have a bad scan.
I was prepping for my mastectomy. So you have to have a scan of your abdomen, and the scan 2 days before my op showed that I had a metastasis on my pelvic bone. Obviously ever hopeful that there would be and there will be some kind of cure. There isn't at the minute, and I think it's quite a lot to get your head round.
It took a long time for me to get to a stage where I felt like I had any kind of future, and to be honest, I'm still not quite there. Cancer is, at the best of times, I think is a very lonely journey, and I don't think anybody can understand how lonely it is until they're going through it.
I still don't feel good psychologically, especially I think COVID came and make everything more difficult.
So my treatment stopped, and then finally in May they agreed that it was kind of safe enough in London that I could go out and start my treatment again. And as a result, I kind of got a little bit, I guess anxiety kicks in.
And so the obvious question was, well, when all this is over, when COVID is over and things are back to normal, then I can have my treatment then. And I was really, really shocked to find that I couldn't. So it wasn't a case of treatment being delayed, it was effectively treatment cancelled.
And then just being by yourself, I live by myself, there's nobody else to talk to apart from the pot plants. With a cancer diagnosis, you can still hug people, you're cautious and careful of keeping your immune system healthy. But with COVID, there's not even the physical touch.
I've been a nurse, an intensive care nurse since 2010. I started working in September the 1st, and we went on lockdown in April, if I'm not mistaken, April or May. We were not prepared for it, to be honest. I think no hospital was at that particular time. It took us a little bit of time, and it was ever so petrified. Still am today. Petrified because it took me so much time to recuperate physically and mentally, to start working, and then just all of a sudden there's panic.
And I think with a secondary diagnosis, you're really conscious of wanting to create memories and spend as much quality time with them as possible. And it was almost like COVID had ruined that. It was like wasted time, wasted opportunities.
Just with that, as the frustration is, my life is short, is precious. And yet I've had this 6 months or more where I kind of feel like I've been existing rather than living because of COVID. It was such a relief to know that actually there was a charity, Breast Cancer Haven, that gave away so much and asked for nothing in return.
I did do some online secondary breast cancer virtual meetups with Breast Cancer Haven during COVID, and that was really good.
I can have a full night's sleep now. I couldn't before, but I don't think I'm going to forget this year. So I don't think I'm going to forget ever.